y'all, I'm Uncle Lila. This is Uncle Lila Plans. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoy. In today's video, we're going to be planning the week of November 3rd through the 9th. I'm aware that it's already Tuesday, but better late than never, so let's get started. So we're going to be planning in my N2 Horizontal Weeks Planner. This is from Sterling Ink, and essentially it is the same size and layout as a Hobonichi Weeks. Goodness gracious. And then I have my Coffee Monster Co. ruler that I'm going to be using. I like to show my supplies before I do my plan with me, just in case you've never been here before or you forget or you're just curious. I always like to know where people's supplies comes from, so I like to say where it's from. So I have my ruler from the Coffee Monster Co. We're going to be using this fall-themed washi tape from the Coffee Monster Co., which is also what we used in my November plan with me. We're going to be using these stickers, these fall-themed stickers from the Coffee Monster Co. We're going to be using some of these daisy paper icon stickers that I've been meaning to use up. So we have those. We're going to be using my Tombow Mono correction tape. For highlighters, we have color choices of this beige and brown color from Zebra Mild Liner. They're dual tips, so on one end you have a chiseled tip, and on the other you have your classic highlighter tip. And they are pretty true to color to the cap, I will say. We're going to be using this Zig Clean color dot marker, which has a dot marker on one side, so the harder you press, the bigger the dot. And then it does have this little pen side on the other, which I find is really good for when you're doing color swatches, so you can write out what the color is in the color and then do the dots. We also have this like army green color from Papermate Inkjoy. We have these two pens from Zebra Sarasa in their vintage colors. There's like a green and a brown, and this is in their 0.5. And then lastly, we have our handy dandy tweezers. So let's get started. So there's a certain formula that I follow to my setups. I typically do the same setup. I'm going to be doing something a little different on this side, but this side is still going to be the same. So essentially, this is like my weekly dashboard, like a look at my week at a glance, and this is my daily stuff. So, put my, these tabs are from Avery. They're the repositionable tabs. They don't stick to the paper. They're really good for Tomoe River paper because you can just, there's no sticky residue. It doesn't tear the paper. They work really, really well. I love these tabs. They come in a bunch of different sizes and colors. So if sparkly is not your thing, you don't have to use that. So the way I do my plan with me's is I do typically from right to left because I'm left-handed and I don't want anything to smear. But I'm going to do my boxes first. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze and didn't want to do it in your ear. Anyway. So I typically do 7 boxes over, and then I make my line. So we're going to go 1, 2, let me zoom in a bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw a line so I know where I'm at. We're going to press down because it is the middle of the year, so the ruler doesn't stay down flat on the paper like it does when it's a fresh paper. Or when it's a fresh planner, I mean. Okay, and then see how I overdid that? I don't like that, so we're going to correction tape that away. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing to this side. And it's not a Uncle Lila plan with me unless there's dog hair literally everywhere. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just gonna whoop. Okay. All right, so our boxes are done. So put the ruler to the side. We'll use that for cutting washi tape later. So what I do is I use these boxes for important events, dates, bills, reminders. This is like what is going on for the day. What I'm going to be using this side for, I typically do a little bit of journaling, but I'm going to switch it up and do my top 3, what I need to get done for that day, and then like a highlight of the day, because I'm trying to use my journal pages in the back, and I'm finding it quite redundant to do a blurb of journaling here and then also moving it in the back. So I feel like if I change it to top 3 and then a little highlight, I'll be more, my apologies, I'll be more inclined to do the journaling in the back. Also, I'd like to point out that it's like 7:30 right now and it's pitch black outside. The clocks went back on Sunday, so that means it's it's pitch black dark by 5 p.m., which I kind of like, but it messes with my circadian rhythm, so I get super tired super easy before brain not working when the sun goes down. So I'm probably going to go to bed after I do this, not going to lie. All right. So I'm going to use my Zig Clean Color Dot to make dots, and then I'm going to use the icon stickers and put them on top of the dots for things I have to get done this week. So the way that I format this is I do a weekly task. So these are tasks I have to do every single week. I just make my running task list. This is things I have to get done specifically this week. Some weeks are busier than others, but this week is not too terribly bad. So, okay, if I think, okay, so I have to register. I don't like the way I wrote that. For my eye doctor appointment. Call. See, I'm spacing it weird. I'm not liking that at all. And that's why we have our trusty whiteout. Which, Hobonichi paper is like a more cream color. This is a more stark white. So the regular whiteouts are going to help. But they do sell whiteouts in the colors of the Hobonichi paper. So, call for estimated exam cost. Okay, there's not a lot I have to get done this week, actually. So, pretty grateful. There might actually be things I have to do, but I don't remember. So, but I don't think it's too terribly much. Okay, I think that's everything I have to do this week. Like, legitimately, I don't think, because I've made all my appointments, I'm just waiting for them to come up. There's no tickets I have to buy, no events coming up other than the dinner. My PTO is all scheduled off for work. We have the rest of the month planned out for office coverage. Yeah, that's everything I can think of. Yeah, I can't think of, I literally can't think of anything else. I also let my ink dry before I write on it. A lot of people will write and then highlight. I highlight and then I write in the highlight. And this is probably my most important section of my whole dashboard. This is my, gosh, brain, really hard. This is my, like, habit tracker, symptom tracker, to-do tracker. So it's just tracking all of the things. So, and I have a list to the side so I remember everything. Okay. And these are just some like habits I've fallen off of that I want to get back into. Some things I want to track that I do. Just making sure I'm keeping up with all the things. Nope. Okay. Yeah, so not a lot to talk about in the past couple of days because I just did my, no, it's just yesterday. I just did my monthly plan with me yesterday. Um, so work was pretty good. I really love what I do. I absolutely adore what I do. The kids are great. They're all really smart, just amazing, wonderful use. I I work with Gen Z, like a lot of Gen Z, and it's sometimes they speak a different language, guys. Like I don't know if you ever heard Gen Z slang, but like I on a daily basis have to ask these kids what they're talking about. And I feel so old. And what was it, a week ago? A couple of the kids were making fun of me for like they were placing my age with like Nintendo games, and I was like, okay, that's not very nice. So they were just roasting me about my age, and I texted my coworker who was working from home. I was like, bro, these kids are roasting me, calling me old. And he goes, just no respect anymore. They love a good roast, but they're all generally really respectful, really sweet. I'm kind of like the mom of the office, so they know if they need anything, they can come to me, and I usually have it. And if they just need to vent or need a hug or whatever, they know I got them. They're great kids. They're really just you could not ask for a better group of young adults, to be honest. They're responsible, respectful. They're working really hard on their goals. They're clear-headed. They know what they want out of life, and they're going for it with everything they got. They're just an amazing group of kids. And I say kids, but like the oldest is like 22. But to me, they're kids. So, but they're great. I love them. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty amazing job. I feel really lucky and really blessed. The department that I work in, I actually was a student. I was a student in the department when I was in school, so I utilized it for the services that the students are using it now for. And I feel like it's a very cool full circle moment that I get to work in the department that helped ensure my success when I was in college. Um, it's a fantastic department. Really grateful. I work with an amazing group of people who just want to see the students succeed. They are always consistently going above and beyond. They're just amazing, wonderful people, and I love them very much. And I love my job, and I love what I do. I feel very blessed in that aspect. Okay. So I track things that I need, like basically like your everyday to-dos. So I'm not consistently putting the same thing on my to-do list every day, which I find kind of redundant. Like there's no point. Like I want to vacuum the floor every day. There's no point in writing vacuum floor every single day on my to-do list when it's something I want to do every day. So it's just easy to write it once and then track whether or not I did it versus putting on the to-do list. Now, if that's something you need to do, so you have like the satisfaction of crossing it off, I totally understand. I was just getting really annoyed that my to-do list was really long, but like half of it was the stuff I do every single day. You know? So that's what this is. And if you check my later videos, I had a chronic illness planner, which I thought was really awesome. I had utilized it for its purpose, but it had this really awesome tracker in it for like symptoms, which I don't know why I never thought to do. I just thought of like tracking a couple of symptoms, but the ones that are important to me, to my illness, like there's a ton of symptoms that comes with fibromyalgia. Like a ton, but these are the ones I find that affect my life the most. So I track them, and I can talk to my doctor about them, and we can work on like a plan to help with them. So okay, and then the last thing I do is I just have my weekly review at the bottom. Okay, and then we're just going to go through and draw the lines like that. So we have a nice little encapsulated, Nice little encapsulated tracker. Okay, that looks really nice. Now we're going to work on the weekly tasks, which are the same things I do every single week. Just like to check that I get them done, and having them on a list like this really helps. And it's kind of sheer, but and I like to double space. Okay. So now I think I'm going to do dark green on this side and then the army green on this side. And I think what I'm also going to do is the washi tape running up the top. And we're going to wipe that out. Really, week 49? Oh, 46. I was going to say that don't make no sense. Anyway, I'm the one that doesn't make sense. So let's turn this to the side so we can get kind of the color palette going here. I don't want to put it too close to the seam. And also want to make sure that it's straight, which these grid lines are really helpful for. So you can see that you're laying your stuff down straight, which I really like. Okay. Now, I don't think I like it going that way, so we might do it the other way. Get it to go up. And watch me regret doing this. Yep. Yep. It was perfect the first time and couldn't have it that way, so here we are. Just a tad. See, this is why you don't mess with things when they're perfect. You just leave it alone. But yeah, other than that, things have been going really well. Circle K has been a lot recently. Definitely make me reevaluate some things, and definitely looking for some additional part-time work. The problem I find with a lot of part-time jobs is that they want to treat you like a full-time employee, but obviously you either expressed you want part-time hours or they only give you part-time hours. So like, I'm not going to have open availability for you when I only have certain availability. So then you can't get mad at me when that availability is not open. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you when I'm available, and if that doesn't work, then the job's not going to work. And I find that a lot of places are like, yeah, I see that you're only wanting X amount of hours per week, but we really need somebody for this X amount of hours. Okay, cool. So then you're not wanting somebody part-time. Got it. That looks good. Okay, so now we're going to do our weeks. Okay, so we're going to, and some of this I've already done because some of it gets done at the beginning of the week. So yeah, just a pretty peaceful, quiet night. I honestly really love nights like this because it is so quiet and so peaceful. Like, it's just me and my dogs. They're taking a nap. I'm doing what I'm wanting to do, like, you know, having fun, doing my hobby, and it's quiet. I've got a candle going. I'm in my big, cozy, comfy sweater blanket thingy. And it's just peaceful. And this is the kind of peace money can't buy. This is calm and serenity and safety, and it's something I really love and enjoy. I was actually, did I spell that wrong? Hold on. I forgot how to spell the word kitchen, but we're going to roll with it. That looks super wrong. Yeah, so the other day I was like vacuuming, and I was realizing just like how calm and peaceful the house was, and it, you know, it's the way that I want it, and it's, you know, tidy and warm and safe and cozy. And that's really all you can really ask for, you know? And I'm really, really blessed in that aspect. Let's see. Guess we have the rest of the week. Okay. Refill meds. And when I say refill, I don't mean that I refill my medication every week like at the pharmacy. I have this weekly pill box thingy on my dresser that I take to make sure that I'm actually taking my medication. So I know that if it's empty, I took it. If it's full, I didn't take it, because I kept forgetting if I took my morning or my evening dose. So I would either not take my medication at all, or I would double dose. So I have it in that box, so I know I took it. And that's what I mean by refill medication. So okay. It's actually really, really helpful, especially if you have ADHD like me. Because a lot of the times, especially in the morning, I'm going off routine and muscle memory. So I'm not even consciously thinking about what I'm doing. I've just done my routine, and like I've gotten ready the same way so many times. My body automatically knows what to do. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? I want to do that one at the bottom. I need all 3 lines for that, and I don't like the way that looks. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our Daisy Paper stickers, and we're going to decorate these little dots, which that's what I've been using my icons for. Now, the icons are not going to match the task exactly, and I'll explain why. So when I got these icons, I didn't know if I was going to like the stickers, and I wanted to see like the sizing and the quality and everything. So I was like, hey, let's see if I like them. If I like them, I'll continue to order them. So I ordered her essential sticker sheets, which are essentially just sticker sheets that oh well, that's going to be for that. I could use the toilet for clean bathroom, but oh well. Let's see. That's technically a dishwasher, but I use it for a laundry machine, and we'll use the bed for the other two. Yeah, so I wanted to see what her stickers were like, and there were a bunch on each essential sheet that I liked. So it was cheaper for me for testing out a new shop to just do the essential sheet and use the ones that I liked on the essential sheets versus having to continuously order, you know, like order a bunch of sheets and then realize, oh, I don't like them. They don't stick the way I like, or like whatever, you know. So that was just my idea behind it. And then I'm going to do these for the doctor one since I have so many of them. I've been doing this for a few weeks now, and I kind of really like it because it utilizes my icon stickers, but I also like having like the color in the background so they match like the theme, you know what I mean? So, oh, nope, I don't need that. Shoot. I'll use that one for later. Okay, this is for the puppy bass. Okay. Where's my cleaning sheet? There it is. Getting used to the vacuums, which I'm really proud of myself. I've almost completely used up this sheet. Now, have I used it up because I've been using the cleaning icons for different things other than exactly what the cleaning icon is made to represent? Absolutely. Does that matter? Absolutely not. Because we're using what we have. And in this economy with tariffs, because this is a Canadian brand, I ain't got time for all that. So, let's see. So, we got our self-care one. So, we have our hair mask. We have face mask. Oh, where's my shopping one? Did I have my shopping one in my sticker book? I think I did. Oh, fiddlesticks. All right, hold on one second, guys. So just to see, because I've shown this before in other Playing With Me, didn't mean to boop you, sorry. I have this giant sticker storage that I use for all of my stickers for my planning, and I just have it on these plastic discs from the Happy Planner. So I have it divided in sections. The first section is like colored dots, and the second section is my icon section. So I have my Planning with K stickers, which is a lot. I have some random ones, and then these are my Daisy paper stickers. And then I have my script stickers from Mandyland Plans. So I need, we'll use this one. We didn't use the Happy package enough. And then what I do after I get done filming is I put everything back in my sticker book, put this back in my planner tote, and we're good to go. Which I think I'm going to need a bigger planner tote because I'm finding that what I'm currently using isn't holding everything the way that I like it to be held. So I'm going to do a planner system for 2026 video, and then I'm going to do a setup video for each item. Goodness gracious, Delilah. So I'm going to do my planner system first and then a setup video of each planner. That's not going to fit nicely, but that's okay. And let's put some, the smaller ones are definitely going to come in handy. So definitely have to use this little sleeping pumpkin guy. We'll do him down here for sleep. And then we'll do this pumpkin mug one, which is so cute. We'll do him right there. And then we'll do another colorful gourd. We'll do Happy pumpkin there, and then we'll do pumpkin with a fox, which I know there's no fox, but I think it looks nice. We'll do them right there. I think it looks really nice. And then we'll do another, like, let's see. We can do a fall one. Let's do there. can go there. That looks nice. I think that's really cute. Can I fit my pumpkin spice latte person? No. Because that's like key. Which I know I said in my, ooh, I love that. That's so freaking cute. Ah! Okay, anyway, let's get back to business. So I know I said in my November plan with me that November technically starts Christmas season for me, but I also like to live out the last little bit of fall before I give into the Christmas. Okay, we're gonna need my handy dandy scissors. 1 second. Okay, so I had to fussy cut the white at the bottom of the pumpkin sticker just a wee bit. Okay, but we're going to be writing out our important events. So this side's going to be all army green. Okay, so Sunday we have, no, Saturday is the dinner. And then I have something here, something here, and then something there. So, yeah, we'll do all green over here. Okay, so we have payday over here. You can see I'm in frame. Okay. Another payday here. And then we have dinner here. And then we have a day off here. Okay, about that. This pen has not been my friend today. I've had to use it in another planner, and it's not being nice. And then I also have to write down my doctor's appointment on Friday. Okay. So that's all the important stuff. And then what I wanted to do is track my water and my food, but I'm going to do that on a daily basis because I didn't leave myself enough space when I did the preset. But I'll show you what I mean by important things. So we have our first thing, and I wanted to film the November plan with me. Second thing I wanted to do yesterday was wash the dishes. And the third thing I wanted to do yesterday was cook dinner. Okay, the first thing I wanted to do today was sort my laundry. Second thing I wanted to do is do this plan with me. And the third thing I wanted to do is give the dogs their baths, but I don't know if that'll happen tonight. We'll see. Okay. So then what I'll do in the additional space is write down a highlight of the day. And I think I'll do it in this brown color because I'm going to be doing the labels in brown. So I think that's what I'll do in the brown. And then I'll list out what I had for dinner, how much water I drank. And actually we'll do a preliminary one here. So so we have at least, okay, so we'll do here. So I drank, which I know this is going to be terrible. I drank 40 ounces of water yesterday. And then for dinner, I had homemade tacos. And then I had leftovers of those tacos tonight. And I haven't officially drank all my water yet, but we're going to get about 70 ounces today. So I'll leave that blank. And then we had leftover tacos. And that's essentially what that'll look like. And then in the brown, I'll write my highlight of the day. So, all right. And now I just need to fill in the labels, which I seem to forget on every single plan thing that I do. So we have already 35 minutes in. Jeez, Pete's. Okay. Weekly tasks. This week. Tasks. We have daily habit to do and symptoms. And then we have weekly review at the bottom. Okay, all right, so this is what our finished, weekly plan with me is looking like. I really, really like it. I think I'm really liking the top 3. So I read somewhere that had said, like, the reason that a top 3 is a thing is because it's, like, what your brain can focus on what to get done that day. So whether they're big or little, your brain can only focus on 3 things. So that's just what we went with. So anyway, I really enjoyed this. I really like this layout. I love all the fall stuff. I love the Coffee Monster Co. stuff. Super cute. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any thoughts or comments or anything you want to talk about below, please let me know. And remember that I love you so much. And I'm so incredibly proud of you. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.